There are still skid marks on the sidewalk, indentations in the rocks where the car actually traveled all the way from the south side of the street, all the way still over all of these rocks, and then crashing into this 12-foot wall. If you take a look closer, there's actually a drop into this backyard. Somehow the suspect got out, got away, and the homeowners came back to this damage. And a third point where it's obvious someone tried to shatter the window. It's the same case with the other two Mexican restaurants in town. And as of right now, the motive is unclear, but it has the owners of some of these restaurants thinking the worst. This right here is Cutler, which is a one-way street. We've already seen a couple people go the way they are not supposed to go, so it definitely gets congested. And earlier today, we talked to people about their biggest problems trying to get in and out of this area. Tessa, people still are parking all along the curb, as you can see, as you normally would. But if I take you over to this side, you're going to notice all these new stripes on the pavement. They sure look like parking spots, and pretty soon they will be. When deputies asked Kesterson to get out of the car, they say she left it in drive and it started to roll away. Kesterson, up there. Areas like the front door that the contractor claims are finished are just the tip of the iceberg for the homeowner, who says not a single room in this house is finished. And by the way, she doesn't have a doorbell, but her kids have figured out how to ring it. Chacon walked. All right, so I've already got the backpack on. It's secure in several places, like right here on my chest and around my waist. So all you need to do is bend down on one knee, find a secure place to hold on, get your child to hop on. Sincere, he's our little helper. He's gonna climb on the back and then hold on around my waist. You're sitting in the seat, right?
Yep.
And then you safely stand up and you are ready to go. So the biggest being, who are these two suspects that caused this fatal crash at the intersection that are still on the run tonight? And we also don't know the identity of the victim or those other passengers in the victim's car just yet, but we did get a closer look at the crash itself. Him into custody. Witnesses spotted him flying through this parking lot at a high rate of speed, eventually crashing into this fence you see here behind me, narrowly missing paisanos, then eventually crashing into two police vehicles before getting out on foot and making a run for it. Now, we talked to people who walk this bridge regularly and had viewers write into us wondering, why isn't there a more permanent deterrent to all the graffiti? So we looked into it.
Convenient.
Do you have anything to say about your actions and the message you were trying to send last week?
I think that message
Warriors Edge has already upped their security measures. This plexiglass has been added, and these iron bars now sit flush against the wall, so there's nowhere to latch on. I'm standing in one neighbor's backyard who says right over this fence is a bunch of junk and living conditions that are creeping into their own backyard, and they're fed up. An Albuquerque Parks and Rec employee is being held without bond tonight after police say he raped his girlfriend's friend. According to court documents, a woman is dead and another injured after a shooting early this morning in Carlsbad. Carlsbad police say when they arrived on scene, they found two females inside a vehicle with gunshot wounds. One was already dead. Police say Fabian Carrasco identified himself as the person involved in the shooting. Some middle and high school students may be working a little bit harder next year, and that's because Santa Fe Public Schools is considering getting rid of the D grade on report cards.